Jong-Wha Lee, the Asian Development Bank's chief economist. Thank you very much indeed for speaking to us. So, the thrust of your report is that the big challenge for Asian economies is to maintain strong and sustained growth, right?
Yes, I mean, now is the strong recovery has gained some momentum, but that does not mean we should be very complacent for this strong recovery, because the big challenge is how to sustain this growth beyond the recovery, beyond the crisis. So there are a lot of challenges Asian countries should do more beyond the exit from these stimulus measures.
And why are you warning Asian governments not to tighten monetary and fiscal policy too quickly, at a time when many would actually argue that emerging market economies are recovering a lot faster than developed markets?
I think it's what we have been saying is especially the industrialized countries, that they should be very cautious about withdrawing their stimulus monetary and fiscal measures, because the global environment is still quite uncertain and their recovery are quite frail. But for the Asian countries, we think they need to gradually to withdraw their stimulus measures. So they should continue to exit from the stimulus measures, but they need to address their long-term growth challenges. Now the key is how to sustain the strong growth without relying on the major industrial countries for their export. Now they need to rebalance their growth, and also they need to find out the new growth momentum.
And what about the risk of overheating in China, inflation in India?
I think China has been now maintaining a little bit of price stability. There was more concerns over overheating in the earlier of this year, but now they have strengthened the regulatory measures. They also tightening the monetary policy stance. So it helped a little bit calm down this overheating, but I think there are still increasing risk of the asset price bubbles. So we need to continuously monitor financial markets as well as the real estate markets. India's case, initially the inflation was caused by the food and energy price increase, and then now we see the better prospect for the monsoon with the help to the lower agricultural price over the second half of this year. But there are still a lot of concerns over inflation pressures. I think we now forecast the 7.5% inflation for India.
I wanted to pick up on something you said about the importance of China rebalancing its economy to boost domestic demand. When are we going to see the rise of the Chinese consumer? Is the government taking tangible steps in this direction?
Well, I think it's very, very slow in terms of the government implementing the right policies to rebalance its economies. I mean, rebalancing its economy requires strengthening domestic demand by supporting the household consumption. For example, government can spend more social spending to support household consumption. So then the household can reduce their precautionary saving. And also they need to increase the wage by reducing the accumulated corporate profit. That also requires some structural reform. And they also need to improve the financial sector as well as the increased exchange rate flexibility that will also help to rebalance its own economy. I mean, it will require a mix of the judicious policies. Government is aware of the importance of the rebalance its economy, but it's the short-term as well as the long-term challenge. I think it will take time.
Jong-Wha Lee, chief economist at Asian Development Bank, talking about the challenges ahead for emerging market economies. Thank you so much for your insight.